Right then muckers, I've come out to fishery today. I'm out doing my feeder rod. I got a pint of maggots, a few pellets and that, so I'm going to see if we can nick a bite. I've not done much fishing recently. It's very windy today, you probably hear it down mic. So we're going to start with maggots, move on to pellets and whatever else I've got in my bait bag here. And hopefully we'll catch a few nice fish, because there is some nice roach in here, but ideally I'm here for a bit of fun. So I've got my light feeder rod. It's what I normally use for like distance fishing for roach and that, so it's a fairly big rod for a pond. It's a 12-foot feeder. I've got 1 ounce tip on it, so hopefully if we do pick up a carp, it'll be quite fun, just bending rod in half, trying to land one of them. And like, you know how it is, you just feel like you got no hope in landing a fish, and that's what makes it fun. So I just need to swap the rig over because I'm fishing pretty much 6 pounds straight through, but I want to narrow it down a little bit because the water's still cold on here. So I'm going to fish a 4 pound bottom as opposed to 6 with a band on it. So I'm going to save that for later on when I decide to just try and target them bigger fish. But to start with, I am just going to fish for the silvers. But because there's carp in here, that doesn't mean I'm not going to catch a carp, because everything eats maggots, and that's what makes it so special, especially when you've not been fishing for a long time, you just want to catch something. So my rod's set up, my net's set up and everything, I just need to get some bait out there. So once I set this rig up, we get cast out and I'll run over a little spot that I'm fishing to. Right, so I've got my setting up length up, I've got a size 18 on there. These are a different hook I've been using for the last sort of, well, year and a half maybe. I used to use Camazons all the time, but now I've moved on to these Guru LWGs, which is a light wire gauge, and absolutely spot on for maggot fishing. Really good for roach. I'm really impressed, to be fair, because you know how you get stuck in your ways with using certain hooks and brands of tackle. These ones have made a good impression, so that's all I've got in my box now. So quickly go over at rig. I think that's maybe a 15 gram, which is probably going to come in handy today with this wind. So this should plumb it to the bottom nicely and just sit up in silt if anything, because where I'm going to chuck out to is a bit of a pit, and along the bottom of this, well, I say a pit, it's like a sunken island, and then obviously it's really deep off its sides, to about maybe nearly 12 foot. So this feed will be quite nice for that. Then I've got a little quick change bead there, that's the Corum one. I've got my old hook lamp on here, so I'll take that off in a minute. I'm just going to swap that out for me one here on 4 pound line as opposed to 6. That's about probably 30 centimetres. Wind's blowing me rod away. 30 centimetres or so to start with. So hopefully if I put 2 maggots on there, I'll sink fairly slow behind the feeder. We might nick a bite on drop. So there'll be a bit more subtle presentation. And on here, it's got a little 1000 size Daiwa Ninja, no fancy. But the line on it, I'm really impressed with. I've gone with basically a dreading fast sinking feeder line in 6 pound. I used to use sensors all the time, and a place that I fish for roach, there's lots of zebra mussels along like a shelf, and when you're hooking carp and casting all the time across that, your line gets really abrased on it, and I found myself breaking off on casts because there's been like bits of abrasion on it that I've not noticed before, and yeah, then just cracking off. And this stuff, ever since using this dreading stuff, it just seems absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, been using that for the last year and a half as well, and it's really helped me fishing, especially in windy conditions with it sinking. It just gets to the bottom real nice. Well, I say bottom, I mean off the surface, gets sunk real nice. So what I'll do now, get some bait on, get it chucked in. So all I really got today is pint of maggots, reds and whites as always, and yeah, 2 bags of pellets down there. Fill my nipple bottom feeder up and out for a roach. I should have put bait on the hook first, so I'm just going to hold all holes shut so the maggots can't get out before I cast. I'm going to start with one red. Right, now we're good to go. Fuck's sake. Oh dear, oh dear. Ew. Rain shower coming. Oh, bite straight away. Nothing to strike at though, it's really slow sort of twangs. That's the fish. Yep, definitely a fish. Definitely a roach. Feels a good roach and all. Yeah, it's not bad. It's good 6 ounce, 7 ounce. That's what we want. They're the decent ones I was looking for. So good start. Double maggots. And for some reason they're only on pellets in feeder. That's all they want. The maggot feeder produced nothing. So we're getting chucked back. Bye bye Mr. Roach. See it, we're onto something here. We're cracking code. They want pellets, not maggots, but they also want maggots, but prefer pellets even more. Weirdos. I've got to say, it's a little carp, and it is a little carp. Little common carp. Probably like the smallest one I've ever caught. Lovely little fish. I was definitely born and bred in here. Considering not only they're about 8 to 10 pound on an average. Look, it feels good to get a good fish. I'm not going to completely open the mats up, I'll just lay him on top of it. Yeah. Hey, hey. Beautiful little guy. Oh, he's looks inside a cheek, look. You. You 2 pound, you. Gorgeous fish. I don't mess around with camera, I'll just get straight back. Get you back, little fella. Bye bye. He likes the maggots, but don't like the maggots, but likes the pellets, prefers the maggots, but also eats pellets more than maggots. If that makes sense. I think of system. So what I've been doing, basically, is I've been casting out, and where the feed is going is on top of a sunken island. Now the island's not very big, so then when I'm popping feeders to let bait out, it's falling down island to the bottom. So that cast I did, we're a little slightly more to the left, and then I held the feeder back so it was coming this way. So it's roughly either on the slope of the island that's down there, or it's bang on the bottom, because it had a fairly long drop, and then we looked at that little carp. So that could be the difference between, well, basically 5 feet between the big fish and the little roach, or, well, nothing, blanking, even though we're not blanking because we caught a roach anyway. But yeah, good to be off mark anyway. They're what I was liking to catch today, some carp, but just a little bit bigger on my little whimsical rod. Fish. Really pretty fish. He's not happy. It's not a huge fish, it's just angry. It's coming there. Really nice colours on it. They're just coming out of them winter colours. Really bright. Oh, that's it, we got him. Nice. You got it on the stick. This is a good fish, this one. Getting a good scrap out of it anyway. Steaming across the lake. Just come off at maggots. It was just quiet. I fed that many pellets, I thought they probably just want pellets now. So I decided to put my pellet band rig on, stuck a pellet on and sat on my hands. Took a banging all the time because it roached it down there, and then eventually Rod just went boop, 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 all the way around, and we're playing something a bit nicer than the last one. So this could probably be something £10 maybe. But I have got light tackle on, so it could just be another another £2 of it. It's more awake, but it does feel heavy, I've got to say. So it might not be huge, but it's definitely bigger than £2. Could even be a bream up arse. Oh, he's going. Go on. This rod is so balanced, I love it. The action is really, it just feels nice and soft for playing fish. I can feel every little knock of that fish's tail as it's trying to paddle away. It's really forgiving, I like it. Oh, he's giving it some boot. So, just got a beauty in net, like. So, just gonna hook him now. It's definitely a double. Nice old fish. Proper scaly nice fish. Oh, calm down. Been sat in net for 2 minutes while I set camera up. Yeah, stop. He's a good run around. What's wrong with you, little shit? Stop. There we go. Some people call it a scaly banger. It's just a beauty to me. What a gorgeous fish. Get scale pattern on that. What a pearler. Anyway, we'll get a quick snap of this one and we'll get a slip back straight away. That was fun on that little rod anyway. Oh. I like breams.